League of Legends has released a season preview gameplay thing, so I'm going to react to this today. What are you guys thinking about the season gameplay thing? I've already seen like the teaser and stuff, so we're going to do some analysis, talk about this a bit. And if you guys enjoy these type of reaction videos, make sure you subscribe down below. We're trying to hit 750 subs this month. It really helps me out, all the new people subscribing to this new channel. You know, just started this up. Been loving it.
Out with the old, in with the new. Welcome
So let's see.
one and all to season 2024. We've got quite a few changes to share, from terrain adjustments to new monsters and items. Ready to see what's coming?
Let's hear
get
it.
into
Let's see. The map changes is the biggest one I'm interested in.
Wait, where are we? Oh, it's top lane. These walls are...
Okay, so they've really cut off top lane. So I guess having a champion that can get through there is much more beneficial now. There's not many that can do that, I guess. I mean, like Zac, like ganking top lane is going to be way harder. You either have to do a lane gank or a river gank. That's it. You can't really go around here as much. That's interesting.
Would you look at that?
Oh, okay. There's a brush in the river now. Oh, but there's no side brush. Oh,
The brush
okay.
is now in the middle of the river. Well, that'll make for a trickier gank path from jungle, so you...
Wow, yeah, look at how hard that is. And I knew that I wasn't crazy. The map is bigger. They've scaled it up. Like, look at this. Yeah.
Top laners can focus more on your lane opponent instead of hungry junglers. We've got terrain changes across the entire map, actually.
Yeah, look at this. This lane, every lane's bigger.
Like in mid lane.
The whole map's
brush
bigger.
is farther back from the lane now.
So what they've done, we're just going to analyze as we go. What they've done is they made ganking harder, just in general, because not only have they moved the brush further back, so, I mean, you have vision all the way to here, that's crazy. But look at this, they've walled this off as well. It's not like a thing that you can jump over like on this side. So they made ganking harder, but they've added new monsters, so jungling is going to be more PvE, I'm guessing.
And we've adjusted the walls to both red and blue side for better symmetry. Overall, these adjustments should make it a little safer
Okay,
to play a variety of champions in mid lane, especially...
Look at that, and the tower...
those major...
Is the tower going to hit that guy there? Interesting.
Speaking of safety, we've also changed the walls opposite...
Oh, and they've cut off the pit as well. Wow.
Dragon
Okay,
pit
this
for
is
a bit
so
more security while
interesting.
you're moving between lanes through the jungle. Finally, in
I
bot
really
lane,
like
there's a new
this.
gank path on red side to make the map more symmetrical. We've also shifted the brush to the middle of the river, so both teams can more reasonably fight for vision control. Look alive down there.
Okay. I like this. Let's see how the jungles change. I think those map changes overall are really good. It seems like I mean, the map changes alone would be one of the biggest changes I've seen to League in ages. Like Chemtech Drake, Hextech Drake's nothing compared to this. Those do change the map a little bit, but this is like a perma change that changes like a lot. So like watching LoL Esports next year is going to be way interesting, especially early on, because it's going to be a completely different
New
map.
jungle paths aren't the only thing to keep your eye on this season. A new Void monster has found its way to the Rift. During the early game,
So it's new on top of...
Void grubs will now spawn inside the Baron Pit. When you attack a grub, smaller Void mites appear to join the fight. Killing one of the Void grubs grants a permanent buff to your entire team that deals damage over time when attacking turrets.
Oh, okay. So there's going to be a new thing as well as Herald and Baron in that pit.
For every grub you slay, the buff becomes more powerful.
Oh, and does every player get the buff, or just the player that kills
After
the
the
most?
first 3 grubs are killed, 3 more will spawn a few minutes later. If your team manages to kill all 6, then you unlock the maximum buff. When you attack a turret, you'll apply the damage over time and spawn some Void Mites of your own to help take it down. Keep in mind that these
that's
grubs
pretty
are an
cool.
incremental camp, not all or nothing. So slaying even one can give your team a small boost and keep the enemy from collecting all 6.
I see. Very interesting. And they've changed
At
Herald,
14
Baron,
minutes, any
etc.
remaining grubs disappear, and the beloved Rift Herald enters the game.
Oh, so there's not an 8-minute Herald and a 14-minute Herald. There's just one Herald now. But
Fresh new
okay.
look. Maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's the hideously vile influence of the Void from whence they came. If
I
you slay the
see. I
Herald,
like
you can
this.
summon them as before to march down lane and whack turrets. Or any member of your team can hop on board to play Summoner's Drift,
Yo.
steering the monster as they charge forward like a battle sled. Ramming
Yo,
arrows
that's
into a
sick.
turret this way deals some extra damage, and you can run into enemy champions to damage and knock them up. On
Yo.
collision with terrain or a turret, the driver pops out nearby, and the ability to steer goes on cooldown. This cooldown resets if you hit a turret, but takes longer if you hit a wall.
Oh,
All
that's
aboard
so
the Shelly
cool.
demolition
Wow.
train. Now let's talk about what was
I
that?
knew it. Baron is the snake in the river, yeah. People were saying on Twitter, like, what's
Baron
the season?
Nashor,
The snake in the
Voidborn
river.
Tyrant of the Rift, is back and badder than ever before. When
Okay.
he enters the game, you'll know it. Baron takes one of 3 forms when he emerges.
One of 3
Each form
forms.
provides the same classic buff, but
Wait,
Baron
what's the
takes one of
difference?
3 forms when he emerges. Each form
The difference is the
provides the same
terrain.
classic buff, but alters how he fights and determines the shape.
Oh, shit, that's
But
cool.
wait, there's more. With Baron's entrance, the Void's influence spreads across the map, infusing the Scuttle Crab, Brambleback, and Sentinel with dark power.
Oh.
Voidborn Scuttle Crab becomes tankier and tougher to kill. On
Okay.
death, she sends out a massive burst like a Scryer's Bloom, revealing all enemy champions.
Wow,
and wards
that's
in a
cool.
large area.
Okay.
Bet you didn't see that coming. Likewise, the Voidborn red and blue buff require a little more muscle to take down.
So they
In
become
exchange, grant the
tankier
buff
while the Baron is up. Only while the Baron is up, or after the Baron spawns onwards?
to every
I
teammate
would
one
guess
at a
after the
time.
Baron spawns
so no more
onwards.
fighting over who gets blue buff, all right?
Ooh. Okay, and they've changed the.
Speaking of cool
Infernal
new
Rifts
buffs,
and stuff
let's
as well.
talk Infernal Rift. All versions of the Elemental Rift have been refreshed to accommodate the new base terrain, with Mountain Rift losing a few walls that didn't quite fit anymore. But
Okay.
we've changed up Infernal Rift completely. We don't have gameplay footage quite ready at this time, so let me paint you a word picture.
Oh.
Instead of a
Oh.
burned out
Wow, they don't even. Okay.
fire escape, Infernal Rift will scatter infernal cinders all across the map. Picking up these cinders gives a small burst of move speed and a stat buff. On death, half your collected cinders explode out for others to snag for themselves. I mean, you weren't using them anymore, right?
Wow. Dude, this is the biggest changes I've ever
As the
seen. This
years
is
pass,
crazy.
we've made some item adjustments for this new season. Like, a lot of adjustments. For one, mythic items are out. Gone. Poof. In their place, we're adding, removing, and updating a bunch of items across several champion classes.
Okay.
Mages, assassins, tanks, enchanters,
I can't
fighters,
comment on this
and
much,
marksmen
'cause
will
I
all notice
don't-
quite
I
a few
haven't played
changes when
yet.
they gear up this season.
I just
For
watched,
example,
you know?
the new Storm Surge for those AP assassins and burst mages who really want to shock the enemy. In a
But it seems like all these changes are going to mean League of Legends is going to change watching wise, LoL esports wise, which is the view that I have on this game at the moment. It seems like this is going to cause the biggest meta shift we've ever seen, in my time watching at least. Like the Hextech Rift and the Chemtech and the Elemental Rifts and stuff, those were like big changes where people focused on Dragon more and stuff. But it, and the jungle monsters changed, you know, it made jungle pathing a bit cooler, but like that did not fundamentally change the way the game plays. Whereas this feels like League of Legends 2.0 almost.
In addition, we've
Like, it's
overhauled the
crazy.
support quest items. Supports now have a singular item they pick up at the start of the game with minimal stats. You earn gold with this item by executing minions of any type for a flat amount, or hitting enemy champions with abilities or attacks.
Oh, okay.
At the middle tier, you unlock refilling wards as before. And when you reach the final tier, you can choose between several upgraded items to suit your playstyle. Whether you prefer protecting your carry or more aggressive support tactics, we've got you covered. While you're running around the
Okay.
new map with new monsters and new items, you should keep an eye out for old grudges. We've added a handful of champion quests that will trigger when certain champs are in the same game.
Champion
Hitting your
quests?
quest rival on the enemy team will grant
Really?
you a buff. While it won't significantly impact the game, it'll be a nice reward for you Renekton mains to finally stick it to Nasus. Many
Okay.
of the changes we've made this year are aimed at
So
making
counterpicks are
gameplay
crazy
mechanics
then.
and systems easier to understand. This goal includes a lot of adjustments mentioned previously, or smaller changes.
Like, remember when they added this little thing above top lane, and that was like a big change to jungling, and they added jungle pets. That was like a big change. Whereas this is like feels like 5 times big. I mean, it just like those like added a little bit to the game, whereas they've like changed the way that the
Changes
game
like
is.
simplified tooltip language.
It feels like
we
that.
also just
I
try
don't
to
know,
make
maybe
it
I'm
feel
overhyping
better
it.
to be on the Rift. Listen closely.
But it feels like,
you
look
might
at all the
notice
changes they've
music
made, it's
changing
crazy.
throughout the game based on where you are or what you're doing. Baron
Wow,
boss
okay.
music, anyone? And now you can celebrate or commiserate with your teammates in a language everyone understands. The fist bump. Okay, that was a lot to cover. In summary, new terrain means new gank paths in every lane. Void grubs are now a thing. You can now drive the
Yeah, new gank paths in every lane. Void
Rift
grubs.
Herald into
Herald is
battle. Baron
cool.
looks scarier, and the Void is everywhere. Infernal Rift is totally changing. There's a bunch of new items. Some champs are bringing their beef onto the Rift, and fist bumps explode into sparkles and fireworks. Phew! Got all that? Good. If you want all
Yeah,
the
the fist bump
nitty-gritty
thing's there.
details, we unpack everything in the article linked below. So study up, friends, and we'll see you in January when season 2024 kicks
That's
off.
sick, dude. That's actually sick. Yeah, massive likes. This is going to completely change the game. That's what I was saying. Yeah, okay. I like everything announced here. Cool. Dude, I agree. You know, the one thing that I think needs to get added at some point, again, as someone who hasn't played the game, I think having themed map changes would be cool. Like, just cosmetically, imagine if the map changed through the seasons, or, I mean, let me pull up like a image of the map when they're like talking about it. Like, imagine if during, let's say, October, November, December, and keep in mind, Riot controls a lot of stuff, so they can not have these changes appear cosmetically on pro games if they want to. But imagine if these trees were snowy, you know, and there was like cosmetic snow around. Not even saying it needs to change the gameplay at all, but it would be cool if the leaves like fell during fall, and then in winter there was snow, and then like in December, you know, they added like Christmas lights and stuff. Wouldn't that be cool? And they could have like little, I mean, they have themed skins and stuff as far as I've seen. So I think that would be cool. But like, more than anything, I'm saying, what if in October, or literally October, the leaves fall and it's like Halloween spooky. There's bits of like cosmetic smoke around the trees and there's no leaves on them and stuff. And then in December, after Worlds, there's the Christmas theme and stuff. And then maybe do something for New Year's. But like some tiny little cosmetic changes to the map that make it like interesting for people to come in before Worlds in October, after Worlds in December, before the new season. I mean, especially that Christmas one makes the most sense to me, because you can have this thing where you can release like gameplay footage and be like, here's the Christmas event, you know, we've got a Christmas pass or whatever, come get the new skins, and people play through December to end out the year, and then they come back in January always for the new season. And as you do updates through February, March, people seem to play into the middle of the year, and then they fall off towards the end of the year and they end up watching Worlds and stuff, is how it seems to work. But then they come back in December. You can get them in a month earlier if you have a Christmas event, and you might even get people coming in for the Halloween event or the fall event if you have the leaves fall in, like, I don't know when American fall is, like July, August, September, something like that. And then in October you have like a spooky variation of the map with like, change these to like candles instead of fire or something, or like, yeah, like change a few cosmetic things to make it cooler. That's what I think. Because I mean, they've even got this one where for Worlds, this middle bit changes to the Worlds trophy icon, right? So like they can do different cosmetic maps, and I think that they should. I think now's a perfect time to do it. They've changed the map. They're probably not going to change it again for a while, let's assume. So take it how it is now and do some changes. Like, what if this fire became like green or pink for Halloween, and all the grass became like orange, and it's like fall and spooky, and there's some little like bats that fly around or something. Like the tiniest shit, but it would be cool, I feel like. And people would say, and people would get the vibe of coming back, you know. I have gotten the vibe of coming back to games just because of cosmetic changes that they've made to the map. And then they add new items and new skins related to it. Like Christmas is the big one. You know, when a game has like a Christmas themed map and they've got Christmas themed skins and trailers and music and stuff, you just get the vibe of Christmas. And you're like, yeah, you're thinking of Christmas and you want to play during Christmas, it all works out. That's something that I think they should do. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I haven't played the game. I'm sitting on it. I'm thinking about doing it. I have started up a gaming channel. If you guys want to check that out, you can find that on my channel. But I've just been focusing on these reactions and stuff. If you guys are enjoying them, subscribe. Trying to hit 750 subscribers. I'll probably play League of Legends at some point soon. It's like in the back of my mind, I definitely want to play it. The only reason I haven't is I'm worried I'd get addicted. But also I think it would be cool to make a video of playing it for the first time. I just want to get the gaming channel going a bit, you know. So I'm just doing some games that anyway, you guys can check out that channel. And you guys can subscribe to this channel. I will see you guys in the next video.